way to the ring from Brisbane, Ricky Utomi!
All those glory. The world is mine, the one I me taking slowly. Happy days, my car, I know my bones had stolen. Anyway, with them, in the world, my dogs, them road me. Me laugh and collect those trophies. Because me deserve everything when music give me. Boy, I'll roll in your life like Frisbee. The dream, how me believe that we do. All my life, me dream for who knows. Lot, cars and bikes. All my life.
I'm in the stinking bar, I got this, I'm in the face of
All my life.
back to my love, and I'm just a heartbreaker. I want to get it taken, 'cause I'm
And his opponent, from St. Louis, Missouri, Sidney Akeem!
We are off early here. Ricky Utomi not waiting for the bell to ring.
Right now, a contest has not started between Ricky Utomi and Sidney Akeem as we kick off the second half of World Series Wrestling Legacy Night 2 here in Brisbane. Once again, I am Lachlan Albert, and I'm joined by my Wrestle Radio Australia co-host Todd Eastman to call the action as Rufio deposits Akeem in the ring. Now, I've said Rufio there, the former name of Ricky Utomi, before he turned to something of a bad apple. And Sidney Akeem delivering a sick shot across the chest of Utomi there.
I must admit, like of all the names that have been named to come out for this tour, your Dan Houses, your Matt Riddles, I have been waiting to see the walking highlight reel, Sidney Akeem.
And even without getting any of that air that he's famous for, Sidney Akeem's already showing off why he is such a respected athlete with these chops. Ricky Utomi would have been prepared for a chop there, steadying himself for it, but that kick to the gut, he was not ready for. Akeem ducks under the clothesline, goes between the legs, double kick to the gut, and then a leaping drop kick drops Utomi.
That's what I'm telling you. This guy, not just an accomplished athlete, he used to be in Cirque du Soleil. You know the dude can move through the air. When he had that in his past, before he decided to become one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Utomi, an experienced competitor. He's had stints over in the UK as well as here in Australia. And you can see that ring awareness that he has taken from that time, managing to stop the attack of Akeem before it starts. Todd, you've known Ricky for many years. Do you expect that he could come out with the victory here? That launch into the air by Akeem. who soars over the top rope.
I don't know now. I mean, before, possibly. But here's the thing, like, I had been telling everyone for years that Ricky Utomi was a jerk, and no one listened to me. And now all of a sudden, oh, yeah, he's a jerk. No joke.
And the crowd very much behind Akeem here, displaying their distaste for Utomi.
Oh.
Double knees after a corkscrew in the air by Sidney Akeem there. That was incredible.
It's like a spinning, what's it called?
A corkscrew?
No, the knees, when the knees and the...
Meteora?
There we go. Thank you. I don't, like, my moveset is choke, occasional dog shot, eye rake.
See, I can try to call the moves that Sidney Akeem is doing, but
Beautiful suplex.
some of them he just seems to invent on the fly, literally while flying through the air. And you can see now he's going to the top rope, so you never know what to expect when Akeem takes to the skies. Looked like it was going to be a moonsault there, but landed on his feet,
Big
rolled through.
clothesline.
And the stomp to the chest from Utomi there.
If you're looking to see something pretty now coming out of Ricky Utomi, you've got another thing coming. He's just going to beat the living hell out of Sidney Akeem.
The prettiest thing about Ricky Utomi is those white boots. The beatings he delivers are far from pretty.
He's an angry young man. I kind of dig it.
That clattering forearm. And again. And Utomi making enemies of the Brisbane fans in the crowd by representing Southside Best Side.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair. See, this is like, Brisbane don't even like each other.
Brisbaneites have a lot of enemies. We don't like New South Welshmen, we don't like Americans, we don't like other Brisbaneites. Bloody Brisbane has ruined Brisbane.
I think it's more like, there's that saying, if you walk around and you smell poop everywhere you walk, like check your shoes.
But it's impossible to deny the skill of Ricky Utomi there, who rolled through and after the kick out used the momentum to bounce off the ropes and maintain that control.
Can't be wasting time here.
Sidney Akeem, a very accomplished athlete worldwide. If Ricky Utomi could get the win here, it would propel him in the global ranks of wrestlers. If you've been following World Series Wrestling for some time, you'll notice a missing name, and that's a fan favorite from last tour, Outback Adam, who was retired by Ricky Utomi.
Yeah, he did us a favour there.
If you say so, Todd.
Planted like a tree.
And Utomi is showing the same aggression he showed in retiring Adam here against Sidney Akeem. The one thing Ricky Utomi will not do is shut his mouth. And it looks like Sidney Akeem is trying to shut it for him with those chops. But Utomi lifts him up and slams him right down.
A powerful body slam.
Utomi deceptively strong. And it's smart from Utomi, if he can keep the pace of this match slow, if he can keep his opponent on the mat, Sidney Akeem can't do the things he's famous for, flying through the air, doing those incredible corkscrews to get the extra torque on his moves.
Do you think Ricky cares if he's pulling up a high-flying move or something fancy? No, he just wants to beat this guy. He wants to get the dub. He wants to prove to World Series Wrestling who he thinks he is. That's one of the best in this country.
And you have to imagine if Ricky Utomi could get the win here, General Manager Adrian of World Series Wrestling would have to consider perhaps putting him in line for an Australian title shot in the future, maybe a heavyweight title shot in the future. It would be a big win.
He'd be knocking on Adrian Monera's door before the end of the night going, book me a flight to Adelaide, because that's where they are tomorrow night, mate, Adelaide. I know you think they're apparently going to Perth, but they're not.
Made a mistake in the ring. I own up to my mistakes. Unlike Utomi, who just basks in whatever glory he thinks he's owed.
What do you mean? He's owning the ring right now. Where is Akeem?
Akeem's scratching and clawing to stay in this contest. As ref Richo reaches a count of 5. Looks like Utomi does not feel the need for a definitive win here. He is happy with the count out.
They all loved him when they thought he was Peter Pan's lost boy.
Losing some boys now is Ricky Utomi, taunting the crowd.
Spend too much time on the mouth breathers, and this is where you end up.
What a lovely way to talk about the fans here in attendance, Todd. As Sidney Akeem takes the fight back to Ricky Utomi on the outside of the ring here.
Look, I love the fact that these fans spend their hard-earned benefit money to come out and see the show. I don't like them personally.
A chair offered from the crowd to Sidney Akeem, who sits Ricky Utomi down. I'm going to have to watch on the monitor here to see what's happening.
Oh, running boot.
Akeem and Utomi out in the crowd here on the floor. And the crowd wants one more. Let's see what happens.
Another pair of air. Akeem's going across the face. Oh, yes.
We may need medical to check if Ricky Utomi is still breathing after that kick, let alone fighting. And the forearms there from Akeem as he loads up for the 3rd time. Getting the crowd on his side and making the move.
There you go, see? What happens?
Super kick from Utomi.
You pray to the mouth breathers, and this what happens. You get distracted. And now you get a side of ring. Yeah, see?
Todd, you and I have been there while they're setting up that ring. Those borders of the ring are just metal with a draping of cloth over the top.
Do you know what I love though? For years, I hear all these people go, oh, it's the hardest part of the ring. You know, there are a couple of ring posts sitting there. They're a little bit harder than a bloody apron.
I don't know, it's the same metal and it's very little over the top of it. Very comparable there.
Don't say words like comparable. Wrestling fans don't understand big words. Smaller words, tighter syllables.
Have a bit of respect, please, Todd. Unlike Ricky Utomi, not respecting his opponent here at all. Taking Akeem to the mat.
He's going to ground him out. There we go. Starve him with oxygen. Put him to sleep.
And this is what we said before. If this match is slow and on the ground, Sidney Akeem does not get to do what he does best, and that is soar. You can see him fighting out of it now. The blows to the midsection, blocks the right of Utomi, and delivers one of his own. And again, and a chop, and a spinning back kick, launches him up, chops him across the chest, loads him up on the ropes. Akeem ducks the clothesline.
Oh, spinning cross body.
Out of nowhere from Sidney Akeem. No run-up needed. The man just launches himself. The big European uppercut from Akeem.
Oh, uses Ricky Utomi's own shoulder to base himself so he could kick him in the face.
Kind of a modified house call. That back kick to the sitting opponent. And Akeem is gonna fly.
A froggy crossbody. Kick out.
I thought Akeem had it there with that crossbody frog splash, but Ricky Utomi is a fighter.
Thing is, it's cool you can pull off all these moves, but every time you do that, it takes a lot out of yourself as well.
Well, that's what's incredible about Sidney Akeem, the fact that he's still able to do those kind of moves even after the beating that has been delivered by Ricky Utomi. And there's another example. The boot comes up in the corner.
Wow, scouted.
Caught there by Utomi in the backpack position. Normally goes for the knee there, but Utomi had it blocked by Akeem, who now goes up.
Muscle him. He's muscled him around. Whoop. Reverse again.
Looked like Akeem went for the arm drag there, blocked by Utomi. Back in the backpack. Could the knee be delivered this time?
He
And
got
he
it.
gets it. Comes off the rope with
Running
another
knee.
knee.
This could be it. We could see a big upset here.
Massive victory for Ricky.
Ooh.
No.
Ref Richo there. A bit slow on that 3 count if you ask me.
I didn't ask you, Todd. Ref Richo in
That's why I said
perfect
if.
position to see Sidney Akeem get the shoulder up there. And now Ricky once again in the fireman's carry. And just drives Akeem into the mat in the middle of the ring.
Almost like a spinning Death Valley.
This is a war between Ricky Utomi and Sidney Akeem here. Neither man giving an inch.
There we go. Breaks that count down. They make contact.
Super kick from Akeem. Utomi comes back with the forearm, and Sidney returns fire. Exchanging blows in the middle of the ring now.
Tommy really is dragging him into his game.
And the elbow there from Utomi, scouting Akeem coming off the ropes, but the uppercut has Utomi scouted. Utomi tried it again, but the kick to the midsection from Akeem stopped him. Utomi ducks the clothesline and hits a super kick.
Oh.
And a kick to the back of the head, but Akeem spins around and delivers a kick of his own.
Yeah. I was going to say, Ref Richo needs to check Akeem then. You don't put your arms out like that unless you've been knocked a little loopy. Working his way to the ropes now, so it looks fine. Well, not fine, but as fine as you can be.
As fine as you can be after taking that kind of damage. A war of attrition here, as both Sidney Akeem and Ricky Utomi are down at a count of 7, but Akeem rising to his feet.
Akeem is
Finally, at the count of 9, both men reach their feet. Ricky caught the foot, but he also caught a kick right to the jaw. And Akeem goes to that top rope but gets stopped by Ricky Utomi, who climbs up after him, and this may not be a good decision by Ricky.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't go and play where he is very comfortable. Well, that was to you then, Lachlan.
I think it was to the crowd.
No, it was
but,
to you.
Okay, thank you.
He was telling me backstage, he doesn't like you.
I know he doesn't like me. It's mutual.
You don't like you either.
Utomi crashing down in the middle of the ring. Akeem flies over the top of him.
Holy
Into the cutter! Good night! Here is your winner, Sidney Akeem!
That is what I was talking about when I say a walking highlight reel. Sidney Akeem.
I have never in my life seen a human body move like that.
That was a what? Double, triple backflip or cartwheel.
Back handspring, I think, into that cutter.
What a match.